Hi everyone, welcome back to TTMC, Diwan-e-Ghalib, Meri Zubaani. To all our returning viewers, we are very happy you could join us again. And to the new viewers, we are delighted you discovered the podcast and decided to tune in for the first time. Now, if you were with me in the previous episode, you know that currently we are going through Ghazal 25 from Diwan-e-Ghalib. We already have done the first three couplets. Today we are going to pick the fourth couplet. As always, I'm going to read the couplet and then we are going to get into the keywords, concepts and impression. So this is how it goes. Na maara jaan kar be-jurm, na maara jaan kar be-jurm ghaafil teri gardan par. Na maara jaan kar be-jurm ghaafil teri gardan par, raha manind-e-Khuun-e-be-Gunaah, Haq Aashnai ka. Let's do a quick approximate translation. First line. Na maara jaan kar be-jurm ghaafil teri gardan par. You didn't kill me knowing I was innocent. O ignorant one, on your neck. Second line. Raha manind-e-Khuun-e-be-Gunaah, Haq Aashnai ka. Remained, instead but similar to the blood of an innocent, the claim, unfulfilled claim from our relationship, our friendship. So that is a very quick approximate translation. Let's start picking up the keywords. First line, na maara jaan kar be-jurm ghaafil teri gardan par. Na maara, na is not, no, and mara is kill. So na maara, did not kill. Jaan kar, in knowing something, because of the knowledge of something, right? So jaan kar is in the know-how of something. Be-jurm, be as a prefix to anything means without that thing. And jurm is crime. So be-jurm means without crime. By extension, innocent, faultless, guiltless, guilty of no crime. इस पे एहसान दानिश का ये शेर देखें. जिंदगी बीत रही है दानिश, एक बेजुर्म सजा हो जैसे. Beautiful. Approximate translation is, life is going on, Danish, and the poet is referring to himself. Life is going on, Danish, as if it is a punishment for the crimeless, guiltless, punishment for the innocent. That is the essence of the life I am living. गोया फ़कीर मोहम्मद का शेर. होते हैं दिल में निहायत नदीम, होते हैं दिल में निहायत नदीम, खून जो बेजुर्म किया करते हैं. Approximate translation is, they are in their hearts immensely regretful, immensely sorry, immensely ashamed, the ones who kill the innocent, who murder the innocent. मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर. जुर्म बेजुर्म खिंची रहती है जिसकी शमशीर. जुर्म बेजुर्म खिंची रहती है जिसकी शमशीर, उस सितमगर जफाजू से हमें यारी है. So the approximate translation is, with crime, without crime. In all scenarios, the one who has the sworn drawn out all the time, that is the type of oppressor, that is the type of tyrant I have fallen for. So that takes care of be-Gunaah. Oh, I'm sorry, be-jurm. Moving on to Ghaafil. So, Ghaafil is a very interesting word. It translates to someone ignorant, It translates to also someone who is oblivious, unaware, inattentive, neglectful. Somebody oblivious, intentionally or unintentionally. अब इस पे मिर्ज़ा गालिब का शेर देखें. यक नज़र बेश नहीं फुर्सत हस्ती गाफिल. यक नज़र बेश नहीं फुर्सत हस्ती गाफिल, गर्मी बज़्म है एक रक्स शरार होते तक. Approximate translation is that, O ignorant one, O ignorant one, know that the leisure, the time life allows you is but as much as one single glance. And he builds on it on the second line saying, similar to the warmth a spark would create is only till that spark and its light is dancing. We all know sparks are very short-lived. They are very short-lived. So Ghalib says, whatever warmth a spark can produce while they are doing that short yet mesmerizing dance of light, right? That is the amount of leisure, that is the amount of time life gives you, O ignorant one. So be very conscious about the time you have. मिर्ज़ा गालिब का ही एक और शेर, one of our favorites at DGMC. गो मैं रहा रहनाए सितम हाय रोज़गार. गो मैं रहा रहनाए सितम हाय रोज़गार, लेकिन तेरे ख्याल से गाफिल नहीं रहा. Probably all of us can relate to this one way or the other. So the approximate translation is, though from my head to my toe, beloved, I was pledged to the workings of life and livelihood. Right? Remember, while I was running this rat race, not even for a single moment was I unaware, was I ignorant about you. You were always in my thoughts. You were always in my thoughts. ख्वाजा मीर दर्द का ये शेर, सैर कर दुनिया की गाफिल, जिंदगानी फिर कहाँ. जिंदगी गर कुछ रही तो ये जवानी फिर कहाँ. If you are one with wanderlust, you will love it. This couplet, so the approximate translation is, roam the world, travel the world, O ignorant one, because life is here today, gone tomorrow. And even if life is here tomorrow, this youth will definitely be gone. So make the most of it. आलमा इकबाल का ये शेर, खुदी में गुम है, खुदी में गुम है, खुदाई ता. Let me try that again. खुदी में गुम है, खुदाई तलाश कर गाफिल. खुदी में गुम है, खुदाई तलाश कर गाफिल, यही है तेरे लिए अब सलाह कार की राह. So the approximate translation is, so absorbed in yourself, O ignorant one. Always absorbed in yourself, O ignorant one. It is time to start searching God. That, my friend, is the path of wisdom. That, my friend, is the advice for you at this point in time. And last one, अहमद फराज का ये शेर, यूं फिर रहा है कांच का पैकर लिए हुए. यूं फिर रहा है कांच का पैकर लिए हुए, गाफिल को ये गुमान है कि पत्थर ना आएगा. Good one. Approximate translation is, this ignorant one is roaming around with a body of glass under the incorrect assumption that no stones will be hurled at him. Just the way Ahmad Faraz has captured the fragility, naivete, innocence of someone exposing their fragile, vulnerable self. Totally clueless that we live in a world where people find vulnerability and innocence, just irresistible. They have to throw a stone at it and try to break it, right? Beautiful couplet. Okay, so that takes care of Ghafil, a key word in this couplet. Moving on to Gardan. So Gardan is neck, part of your body. Manind. Manind is something similar to, right? So like something, similar to something, resembling something. इस पर आप जॉन ईलिया का शेर देखें, उड़े जाते हैं धूल के मानिंद, उड़े जाते हैं धूल के मानिंद, आंधियों पर सवार थे हम तो. Nice couplet. The approximate translation is, I, just like dust, kept blowing because after all, I was living my life as if I was riding a dust storm. अहमद नदीम कासमी का ये शेर, अब तेरे शहर में आऊंगा मुसाफिर की तरह, अब तेरे शहर में आऊंगा मुसाफिर की तरह, साया-ए अब्र की मानिंद गुजर जाऊंगा. Beautiful, beautiful. So the approximate translation is that now, going forward, whenever I will come to your town, I will come as a stranger, I will come as a traveler, I will come as a passer-by. And just like the clouds cast a fleeting shadow as they pass by, that is going to be my presence in your town. Nothing more, nothing less. राहत इंदौरी का ये शेर, उजाला बांटने वालों पे क्या गुजरती है, उजाला बांटने वालों पे क्या गुजरती है, किसी चराग की मानिंद जल के देखूंगा. Beautiful couplet. Approximate translation is, after all, what do they go through? These people who are sources of light, these people who generously light up darkness, share light, emit light, radiate light. Someday I plan to burn like a lamp myself and get an insight into what these light sources go through after all. I want to know. Beautiful couplet. Okay, so where we have come, how far? ना मारा जानकर बेजुर्म गाफिल तेरी गर्दन पर. So we have completed the first line of its keywords. We are now moving into the second line. No, we have covered second line also. Raha manind-e-Khuun. Khoon is blood. Here comes Be-Gunaah. So Be-Gunaah, just like Be-Jurm in the first line, Be-Gunaah is someone without sin, no sin, sinless, again, by essence, by extension, innocent. And then last keyword, second last keyword, oh, I'm missing my count, I'm so sorry. Second last keyword of the second line, Haq. So Haq is someone's right to something. And now that we are on Haq, we might as well cover Hakuk also, which is the plural for Haq. So Haq is right, Hakuk is rights, multiple rights, जैसे कि human rights, insani Hakuk. And then while we are at it, we might as well cover the common phrase that is used with this, right? Haq ada karna, which translates to rendering someone his dues, giving someone their rights. So that is Haq. अल्ताफ हुसैन हाली का ये शेर, माँ, बाप और उस्ताद, माँ, बाप और उस्ताद सब हैं खुदा की रहमत, माँ, बाप और उस्ताद सब हैं खुदा की रहमत, है रोक टोक उनकी हक में तुम्हारे नियमत. Beautiful couplet. The approximate translation is mother, father, teacher. These are all huge blessings from God. Their disciplining you is a blessing that is in your favor. Do not think it is something they are doing for themselves. It is in your favor. Now the last word of the second line, Aashnai. प्यारा word है, right? Even to pronounce it is so lyrical, right? It has this very, very nice quality to it. Aashna, Aashnai. So Aashna is acquaintance, friendship. Aashna is an acquaintance, a companion, a friend, a lover, a partner. And Aashnai, by same token, becomes friendship, love, acquaintance, and partnership, right? To grab the essence of the word, मिराज फैज़ाबादी का ये शेर, बहुत सताते हैं रिश्ते जो टूट जाते हैं, खुदा किसी को भी तौफीक आशनाई ना दे. So the approximate translation is, they hurt, they pain, they torture a lot, these close relationships that break. I pray to God that He doesn't give, that He doesn't bestow people with this ability to want and form relationships, form close ties, form close partnerships, form close and intimate associations, because when they break, they hurt. दाग दहलवी का शेर, कब निकलता है अब जिगर से तीर. गालिब का शेर याद आ रहा है, but I will stay away from it in interest of time. कब निकलता है अब जिगर से तीर, ये भी क्या तेरी आशनाई है. So the approximate translation is, this arrow that you have struck at me, and that has gotten stuck in my heart, just doesn't seem to come out, beloved. I try pulling it out, cannot pull it out. Is this also part of this close, intimate association that we have between us? That even the arrow that you have struck my heart with, an arrow that is piercing me, hurting me, making me bleed, refuses to leave my heart, refuses to come out. In the question is the answer. I think, beloved, just like you, your arrow also wants to stay with me, stay stuck in me. मोहम्मद रफ़ी सौदा का ये शेर, गिला लिखूं मैं अगर तेरी बेवफाई का, गिला लिखूं मैं अगर तेरी बेवफाई का, लहू में गर्क सफीना हो आशनाई का. Beautiful couplet. Approximate translation is, if I was to ever write about your unfaithfulness, my dear beloved, if I was to ever elaborate on your disloyalty, my beloved, I would be capsizing the boat of love in sea of blood. The boat is afloat, albeit in sea of blood, but the boat is afloat because I am not complaining. I am not elaborating on your unfaithfulness. If I was to do that, this Titanic would sink. इकबाल अशर का ये शेर, अब अपने आप को कतरा भी कह नहीं सकता, अब अपने आप को कतरा भी कह नहीं सकता, बुरा किया जो समुंदर से आशनाई की. You are known by the company you keep, right? So the approximate translation is, now I cannot even call myself a drop. Now I cannot even pretty much hide myself in the embodiment of a drop. It was not a good decision to become friends with the ocean, because now I am associated with the ocean. Cannot call myself a drop anymore. Okay, so that takes care of all the keywords, and there were quite a few, right? So now we can move on to our translation. I'm trying to, all right, got it. So first line, ना मारा जान कर बेजुर्म गाफिल तेरी गर्दन पर. When we started making the impression, like typical habit, right, of reading the couplet, was reading it as one single line, only to realize that all couplets, all sentences can be broken into one or two parts, but in this couplet, it is almost imperative to do that. So the first line is Na maara, jaan kar, Be-Jurm Ghaafil, teri gardan par. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 pieces. And that's how we are going to do it. Because this couplet, once again in true Ghalib style, is a juxtaposition of multiple concepts. We will break the couplet in these bite-sized 4 to 5 pieces, line by line, and build the impression around them. So first up, Na maara. Ghalib starts the couplet by stating to the beloved, you did not kill me. By extension, you spared my life. And just want to spend a minute here, right? If I was to spare your life, if you were to spare my life, the natural reaction would be gratefulness, thankfulness, right? I would be very thankful that you spared my life. And as we proceed in the couplet, we will realize Ghalib has a totally opposite reaction. He is not happy that the beloved spared his life. Why, how, we will get into that, but just something to make a note of. Moving on to Jaan kar Be-Jurm. Ghalib continues to say to the beloved that this act of mercy, this act of mercy you have showed on me, beloved, it is based on your knowing. It is based on your know-how, based on your knowledge of the fact that I am innocent. By extension, I have committed no crime, no misdeed, no offense. So, Na maara jaan kar Be-Jurm. You did not kill me because of the know-how and knowledge you have about the fact that I am innocent. Moving on to Ghaafil. Now, we covered Ghaafil in great in great detail in the keywords. Number one, I think we are getting this word for the first time at DGMZ. I don't remember doing this before. And it is a beautiful word with so many layers, so many connotations to it. As we have already established, Ghaafil means ignorant, unaware, oblivious, neglectful of facts. It's very interesting that this is how Ghalib addresses the beloved. Now, if you are a DGMZ viewer, you know that in many couplets, many impressions, we highlight, oh, look at this endearment, right? Ghalib is using for the beloved. And Ghalib never uses cliched endearments. His endearments are very tailor-made for the situation, right? But here, it is one of those rare scenarios where Ghalib is addressing the beloved with a word that has a very negative connotation, right? Somebody who was oblivious, ignorant, or neglectful about some facts. Ghalib not only addresses the beloved as Ghaafil, but also in parallel communicates to her the fact that she has been ignorant, she has been oblivious, she has been unaware of a certain fact. Hence, Ghaafil. Moving to the last part of the first line. Teri gardan par. Teri is yours, gardan is neck, par is on your neck. That is the literal translation. Now in English we have similar phrases like neck on line, neck on the block. It is the same vibe, teri gardan par. Though the origin of these English phrases is not clear historically, we know that beheading or decapitation was a common form of capital punishment, making neck on the line analogy particularly powerful. Someone's neck on line is clearly always in association with a grave, serious crime that they have committed, usually a murder, which makes them eligible for capital punishment. In the past, historically, people's heads were cut off as a punishment for the heaviest crimes like murders. This is very grim, but Ghalib is pretty much referring to the same concept of beloved's neck bearing the repercussions of her crime. So, let's take a look at the first line in totality and marvel at its beauty. In this line, Ghalib is telling the beloved that, dear beloved, you spared my life in your knowing that I am innocent of committing any crimes. But, O ignorant one, it is still on your neck. By extension, O ignorant one, your neck is still online. Your neck is still on the chopping block. The contrast between Jankar, right, in your knowing, in your know-how, in your wisdom, and Ghafil, which is ignorant, unaware, oblivious, is also worth noting in the first line. The two concepts of Jankar and Ghafil are at the two extreme ends of the spectrum. One is about knowing, clarity, wisdom. The other is about ignorance and obliviousness. In addition to the contrast between these two, how deftly Ghalib brings to the beloved's attention that while she was focusing and acting on the knowing of the first fact, she has inadvertently been totally clueless, totally ignorant, totally oblivious to the second fact. We know the first fact from the first line. Ghalib, the lover, is Be-Jurm, innocent of any crimes, and hence the beloved has spared his life. To know what the second fact is, let's get into the second line. Raha manind-e-Khuun, Raha manind-e-Khuun-e-be-Gunaah, Haq Aashnai ka. Now, Raha manind-e, Raha stayed, manind similar, to. So, stayed similar to. Ghalib is saying to the beloved, it stayed in a way that is very similar to the staying of, and yes, we will get into it later, but that's Raha manind-e for you. Khuun-e-be-Gunaah. The centerpiece, right? Khuun-e-be-Gunaah. Now, this concept is used twice, both in the first and the second line. In the first line, Ghalib calls it Be-Jurm, without crime. In the second line, he calls it Be-Gunaah, without sin. Both phrases capture the same concept and essence of innocence. Innocence in face of no crimes. Innocence in face of no sins. So, coming back to Be-Gunaah, though on surface the concept does seem very familiar to us, that's not how it is used by Ghalib. So, we cannot say that we are not aware of this concept of innocence. Innocence because you have not done any crime, innocence because you have not done any sin. We all know that concept. But like most of the concepts Ghalib uses, he has leveraged one of the deeper, more complex layers of this concept of Be-Gunaah in the Sher today. So we will have to spend some time trying to understand the complexity and the multiple layers of Be-Gunaah. Now, Be-Jurm Be-Gunaah ka Khoon, Be-Jurm Be-Gunaah ka maara jana. Killing of the innocent who did not commit any crime, killing of the innocent who did not commit any sin. In any possible scenario, from any possible perspective, this killing of an innocent is probably the biggest crime, the biggest sin, the most unforgivable. Blackstone's ratio is a criminal law principle that states it is better that 10 guilty persons escape than that one innocent suffer. The principle was expressed by English jurist William Blackstone in his 1760s work Commentaries on the Laws of England. Blackstone's ratio is a platitude in the criminal justice system, and it is commonly believed that it necessitates pro-defendant evidentiary rules. It's also believed that the costs of false convictions are greater than the cost of failing to punish offenders. So that is Blackstone's ratio. Moving on to Bible, right? In the book of Exodus 23, chapter 23, verse 7, this is what it says: keep far from a false charge, and do not kill the innocent and righteous, for I will not acquit the wicked. Interesting background context, simply to highlight the fact that there is there is little to no appetite in any code of conduct, in any set of rules, in any set of laws, anywhere, religious, political, legal, to punish the innocent. Urdu poetry is no different. Urdu poetry captures this sentiment very well, and we will cover it in 3 progressive categories. I think we have a diagram for it. I plan to create one during editing. Okay. Be-Gunaah ka Khoon. The seriousness and gravitas of killing an innocent is captured as clearly and as impactfully in Urdu poetry as in any legal, judicial or criminal system. हातिम अली मेहर का ये शेर देखें: बता जायज़ है किस मज़हब में, बता जायज़ है किस मज़हब में खून बेगुनाह ज़ालिम, तू हिंदू है, मुसलमान है, यहूदी है कि तरसा है. So the approximate translation is, tell me, enlighten me, which religion allows murdering of the innocent? O cruel one, enlighten me, which religion allows murdering innocent people? Are you a Hindu? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Jew? Are you a Christian? Which religion? By extension, no religion. None allow the murdering of an innocent one. मोहसिन नकवी का ये शेर: सुना है जलजले आते हैं, सुना है जलजले आते हैं अर्श पर मोहसिन, सुना है जलजले आते हैं अर्श पर मोहसिन कि बेगुनाह लहू जब सिना पे बोलता है. So the approximate translation is, I've heard Mohsin, and the poet is referring to himself, I've heard Mohsin that there are earthquakes in the skies above. There are earthquakes in the skies above when an innocent's blood smears the sword, when an innocent's blood calls out from the surface of the sword, from the edge of the sword. So like I said, Urdu poetry maintains the same gravitas, maintains the same seriousness to the killing of an innocent. Now, from any and every begunah or innocent person, let's move towards a very specific begunah or innocent person: the lover. To be more precise, the innocent lover. The innocent lover's reaction to his slaying or murdering by the beloved, metaphorical or otherwise, can be very different depending on the circumstances. At times, the innocent lover might have an outright complaint, rebuke or accusation towards the beloved on her killing or slaying him. मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर देखें: दीन में उस काफिर बेरहम के, दीन में उस काफिर बेरहम के अज्र एक रखता है खूने बेगुनाह. Oh, oh, oh. Approximate translation is, in the faith of that infidel, unkind, tyrannical, merciless lover, beloved of mine. Right? In the faith of that infidel, merciless beloved of mine, there is a special reward. There is a special recognition for murder of the innocent. That is the faith she abides by, where she gets rewarded for murdering an innocent. Now, sometimes the Beguna Ashik will call out the unfairness of this whole thing, right? Him being innocent and yet being slayed or killed by the beloved. इस पे ईशा अल्लाह खां ईशा का शेर. आशिक मुझे जान करते हैं कत्ल, आशिक मुझे जान करते हैं कत्ल, तकसीर और गुनाह देखिएगा. Approximate translation is, once they come to know I am a lover, they kill me. Me being a lover is the reason they kill me. Look at the crime, the sin for which they are killing me. By extension, they are killing me for the sin of being a lover. They are killing me for the sin of loving. मीर मोहम्मदी बेदार का शेर. मत लीजियो दिल तू चाह का नाम, मत लीजियो दिल तू चाह का नाम, कत्ले आशिक है काम उसका. So the approximate translation is, dear heart, do not even mention the word of love and passion and desire. Know and know well that this beloved is in the vocation, is in the profession of murdering lovers. मीर सोस का ये शेर. जो आशिक साफ हैं दिल से, जो आशिक साफ हैं दिल से, उन्हीं को कत्ल करते हैं. जो आशिक साफ हैं दिल से, उन्हीं को कत्ल करते हैं. बड़ा चर्चा है माशुकों में आशिक आजमाई का. Approximate translation is, the lovers who have clean, pure, pristine hearts, they are the ones who are identified to be murdered. It seems there is this trend, right? There's this fashionable trend in these beauties, right, to test pure, clean-hearted lovers by killing them, right? अर्पित शर्मा अर्पित का ये शेर. मैं बेगुनाह हूं तो यही है मेरी सजा, मैं बेगुनाह हूं तो यही है मेरी सजा, ये फैसला हुआ है मुझे मार दीजिए. Very close to the couplet today, right? In a way. So the approximate translation is, I am innocent, I am sinless, I am crimeless, and this is my punishment. My innocence is my punishment. The verdict is that because of my innocence, I should be killed. I should be murdered. And last one, मीर यसीं अली खां का ये शेर. बेगुनाह कत्ल होते जाते हैं, सब्र का इम्तिहान है शायद. The approximate translation is, the innocent lovers are being killed one after the other. Probably this is some kind of test of patience and perseverance. So this is that scenario where the beloved is calling out the unfairness of being killed for his innocence, for his crime of loving. Now, there are times when the lover will almost issue a warning to the beloved about the repercussions of this unfair killing of the innocent lover. इस पर सफदर मिर्ज़ापुरी का ये शेर. यहाँ की खाक खूने बेगुनाह का रंग लाती है, यहाँ की खाक खूने बेगुनाह का रंग लाती है, ज़रा दामन बचाकर आइए गोरे गरेबा में. And yes, we have covered Gore Gareba in one of the one of the episodes, I remember. पर अभी याद नहीं आ रहा कौन सी गज़ल और कौन सा शेर. Anyway, the approximate translation is the dust in this place has the color of the blood of an innocent one. The dust is colored in the color of the blood of innocent ones. So please be careful when you enter this place. Be careful of your clothes, be careful of your robes. They might pick up the color of that innocent blood because you are entering the graveyard of the unknown ones. And there's a whole concept of, a beautiful concept in Islamic culture where there are graveyards for the unknown ones, unclaimed ones. Someday, if I remember, I will put that episode in the end screen so that you can go through it. And last one, गुलजार वफा चौधरी का ये शेर, मुनसिफ तेरी तरफ सही पर खूने बेगुनाह, मुनसिफ तेरी तरफ सही पर खूने बेगुनाह, देगा तेरे खिलाफ दलीले खुदा गवाह. Approximate translation is, sure, the justice and the jury system is on your side, but the blood of the innocent is going to put forward testimony against you. And by God, this is how this scenario is going to unfold. Despite rigging the system, the blood of the innocent itself will be a testimony against you for the murder you have done. वो याद नहीं आ रहा, एक फ्रेज़ है ना जो हमारी हिंदी मूवीज़ में बहुत यूज़ किया जाता है, पुकारेगा आस्तीं से, क्या है वो, खूने पुकार. अगर आपको पता हो तो वो कमेंट्स में डालें. I mean, there's this phrase we see in Hindi movies many times, पुकारेगा आस्तीं से खून, कुछ तो है. The gist of it is that the blood of the innocent will scream will scream and ensure that you are caught. Okay, so we went through many reactions of the lover towards the murdering or slaying of his innocent self, with no crime, no sin, only crime being loving. Now we have reached the core of it, the most intense, the most complex aspect of this concept, murdering of an innocent. This is the complex concept that is playing in our couplet today. This is what no one captures the way Ghalib does, not only in today's couplet, but many times in his Diwan. This is the core. Wait for it. The innocent lover actually requests, begs, implores the beloved to kill him. Can you see the difference from all that we have covered so far, where the innocent lover is either complaining about it, accusing the beloved about it, highlighting the unfairness of it to the beloved and to the world in general. But here there is this one aspect of the murdering of the innocent where the lover is actually begging the beloved to kill him. Now, as DGMZ viewers, this concept is not new to you, but it is always very difficult to wrap one's mind around it. No matter how many times we have done it in the past, it just still perplexes the human mind. The lover is actually requesting, begging the beloved to kill him, knowing fully well he has no crime, he has no sin attached to him. There is a readiness, there is a preparation by the lover for the killing of his innocent self by the beloved. Ghalib captures it beautifully. उसमें ये शेर we have covered in one of our episodes. आज वहाँ तेगो कफन बांधे हुए जाता हूँ मैं. आज वहाँ तेगो कफन बांधे हुए जाता हूँ मैं. उज़्र मेरे कत्ल करने में वो अब लावेंगे क्या. The approximate translation is today I have decided this is going to be done. So I have put on the sword on my waist. I have put on the shroud that is going to cover my future dead body around me, and I am off to the beloved. I want to see what is the excuse that will remain after all this preparation that I have done, which she will be able to offer me for not killing me, for not slaying me. So look at the single-minded focus Ghalib has, that today, beloved, here is the murder weapon. Here is the shroud that you will put on my dead body, and here is me. Please do the needful. Please do the needful. This needs to be done today. I am prepared. I am not going back till you kill me. मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर. ये तश तो तेग है अब, ये तश तो तेग है अब, ये मैं हूं और ये तू. ये तश तो तेग है अब, ये मैं हूं और ये तू है साथ मेरे जालिम, दावा तुझे अगर कुछ. Same vibe, right? The approximate translation is, this is the basin, this is the sword, this is me, this is you. So, O cruel one, if you have any grievances, go ahead, punish me for it. I'm going to put my neck over the basin. I'm going to give you the sword. I'm here, you're here. Let's get this squared off. Preparation, right, of the lover. Khalid Nadeem Shani का ये शेर. ये जो जहर है तेरे कुर्ब का, ये जो जहर है तेरे कुर्ब का मेरे रोम रोम उतार दे. ये जो जहर है तेरे कुर्ब का मेरे रोम रोम उतार दे. मेरी दास्तां हो मुआतबार, मुझे अपने इश्क में मार दे. The approximate translation is, this poison of your nearness, of your proximity, of your closeness. Beloved, pour this poison in each and every vein of mine. Fill my veins with this poison so that my story becomes a trustworthy, reliable love story. And it will happen because this poison that you will pour in my veins of your proximity, of your nearness, is going to kill me and immortalize me as a lover. गालिब का शेर. रहे ना जान तो कातिल को खून बहा दीजिए. रहे ना जान तो कातिल को खून बहा दीजिए. कटे ज़बां तो खंजर को मरहबा कहिए. We have covered this one too in our episode. The approximate translation is, if you lose your life, if your life does not remain, then pay the blood price to your murderer. Just for your awareness, the actual tradition is that the murderer should pay the blood price. But Ghalib is saying, if somebody takes your life, and by somebody he means the beloved, if the beloved is taking your life, you pay the blood price to her for taking your life. And we have a whole episode on that too. And to the dagger that cuts your tongue, you say, bravo, bravo, well done. So just a lot of graciousness, a lot of thankfulness, a lot of appreciation for someone or something that is going to put an end to you. Ghalib ka hi ek aur sher. Like I told you, this third iteration of Be-Gunaah ka Qatl, nobody does it like Ghalib. Nobody. It confounds people, it mesmerizes people, but nobody does it like Ghalib. एक और शेर, इशरते कत्ल गाह अहले तमन्ना मत पूछ, इशरते कत्ल गाह अहले तमन्ना मत पूछ, ईद नज़ारा है शमशीर का उरिया होना. Covered this one also in our episodes, and the approximate translation is, do not ask the wave of cheer and delight and happiness that went through all those martyrs that were in queue for martyrdom by the beloved, at the hands of the beloved. As soon as she drew her sword, it was as if these martyrs suddenly saw the Eid moon show up. As we all know, Eid is one of the biggest festivals for Muslims, and one of the big occurrences, one of the big celebrations of that festival is having to be able to see the new moon for the first time. And here Ghalib says, for those martyrs, those lover martyrs that were waiting to be killed by the beloved, as soon as she draws her sword to do that, that sword almost looks like the moon from Eid to these lovers. That is the delight and happiness they feel. मोहम्मद रफ़ी सौदा का ये शेर, बेजुर्म व गुनाह कत्ले आशिक, बेजुर्म और गुनाह कत्ले आशिक, मजहब में तेरे सवाब देखा. The approximate translation is crimeless, sinless murder, a crimeless, sinless lover being murdered. Crimeless, sinless lover being murdered. Your faith is one of great righteousness. So by extension, beloved, you by your faith murder a lover who has done no crime, no sin. This is height of mercy. This is height of righteousness. This is height of graciousness. I bow down to the faith you follow when you do this. हिजर नाजिम अली खां का ये शेर, कहेगी हश्र के दिन उसकी रहमतें बेहद, कहेगी हश्र के दिन उसकी रहमतें बेहद, कि बेगुनाह से अच्छा गुनाहगार रहा. Approximate translation is, on judgment day it will be told that her mercy was unlimited. Her mercy was unlimited. She was much, much better as a sinner than the innocent. She was much better as a sinner who committed the sin or crime of killing the innocent lover than the ones who have shown mercy. Because what she did was an act of righteousness. It was an act of virtue. Now, we quoted many couplets, especially, for the whole Be-Gunaah concept, we quoted many couplets, but for this last third one, we quoted multiple couplets where we see the lover praising the beloved, the lover requesting the beloved, the lover imploring the beloved to kill him, the lover putting the beloved in the cadre of the most merciful, most righteous, most faith-loving, if she was to grant the lover his wish of being killed by the beloved. This third most complex iteration of Be-Gunaah Aashik Ka Khoon, where the innocent lover himself is requesting, pleading, imploring the beloved to not let the innocence of the lover stop her from killing him, slaying him, murdering him with her own hands. This third iteration lies at the foundation of today's couplet. Some would call it a twisted logic with no sense. Why should the lover ask the beloved to kill him? If she can't love him, well, accept that fact and move on, right? Right? Well, yeah, all good, till the lover is faced with the question, move on to what? Move on to what? A life without her is too dry, too grayscale, too empty, too freaking painful. For lover, the assessment is a very easy one. Okay, beloved, cannot love. Let me try that again. For lover, the assessment is a very easy one. Okay, beloved, cannot live with you? Let's try dying with you. And no, you don't have to die with me. All you have to do is kill me. This way, you immortalize me as your lover who lived and died with you. If, beloved, you cannot give me a life with you, give me a death with you. Gotta give me something, right? And this is where comes Haq Aashnai ka. Beloved, I have some rights. I have some rights. Rights of a lover. I have some rights. A fair, a just beloved, even if not willing to reciprocate the love of the lover, is supposed to be fair and just. And the fairness calls for giving the lover either a life with her or death with her. Fairness does not allow the beloved leaving the lover hanging between life and death in a limbo. Is par ya us par. And this is exactly what Ghalib has put a spotlight at the end of this couplet. Has put a spotlight on at the end of this couplet. The beloved in our couplet today clearly is not a fair and just one. This beloved has chosen to operate per the court of law. She decided to abide by the court of law and save herself from the serious punishment attached to killing of an innocent. And in doing so, beloved believes she has kept herself free of any crime and consequential punishment. Ghalib comes in and reminds her, oh so beautifully in true Mushaira style, in the last two words of the couplet, dear beloved, what about the court of love? What about the laws of love? What about the rights of the lover? Haq Aashnai ka. My dear ignorant, oh so ignorant beloved, did you ever pause to think what would happen to you in the court of love if you were to spare my life and not kill me? Well, let me enlighten you. While in all your knowing of my innocence, you have managed to save your neck from being put on the chopping block for the murder of an innocent. You have inadvertently put your neck on the chopping block for not granting your innocent lover his right to be killed by you. Contrary to what you believe, beloved, your neck did not get spared. Ghalib almost tells the beloved, for all your cleverness and wisdom, beloved, you will still not escape the sin and its penalty, because you are an ignorant one. You escaped the frying pan only to land in the fire. And clearly here Ghalib refers to the fact that the sin, the crime of holding back an innocent lover's right to be killed by his beloved is a much, much more serious, much, much more unforgivable sin as compared to slaying him or murdering him in accordance to his wishes and rights. Like I told you, it's a very, some would say it's a very twisted logic. That Ghalib is holding his beloved, not killing him, his beloved sparing his life against her. But strange are the ways of love. So, in summary, in today's couplet, Ghalib has once again beautifully illustrated that the world of love, rules of love, crimes and sins of love, and punishments of these crimes and sins of love between the lover and the beloved are very different. Very different from the ordinary world and ordinary people. Number two, Ghalib has once again captured the pure single focus of the lover, to be with the beloved, and this focus is unbreakable, unshakable in face of any and everything, including death. And lastly, Ghalib has once again reiterated the deep level of disinterest, total disinterest the lover has in any and everything that is devoid of the beloved, including life itself. Now, we will end the episode by leaving you with this thought to ponder on. Does it finally all end with the death of the innocent lover? Is the finality of death enough to put an end to the lover's constant anxiety and desire to be with the beloved? Will this help? The beloved killing the lover, the lover dying, will it help? शेख इब्राहिम ज़ौक़ का ये शेर, अब तो घबरा के ये कहते हैं कि मर जाएंगे, मर के भी चैन ना पाया तो किधर जाएंगे. The approximate translation is, I have reached a stage of anxiety that makes me say every now and then, I wish I would die, I wish I would die. But what worries me is that what if I do die and still the anxiety persists? Still the worry, the desire, the waiting persists. जलाल लखनवी का ये शेर, मर के भी कामते महबूब की उल्फत ना गई, मर के भी कामते महबूब की उल्फत ना गई, हो चुका हश्र भी लेकिन ये क़यामत ना गई. Beautiful couplet, right? The approximate translation is, I am dead. Even after dying, this desire to be in a union with my beloved has not lessened a bit. Judgment day has come and gone. Judgment day has come and gone. But this calamity called the beloved, this calamity called the desire to be with the beloved still persists. And last one, Safi औरंगाबादी का ये शेर, ए दर्द इश्क बात तो जब है कि मेरे दोस्त, ए दर्द इश्क बात तो जब है कि मेरे दोस्त, मरने के बाद चैन ना पाऊं मजार में. The approximate translation is, my dear friend, my dear friend, my dear pain that resides in my heart, I will give you credit if you can make this happen. And what is this? That after I die in my grave, I still do not find any rest, any peace. This desire, this waiting, this anxiety, this pain still persists. You keep this still alive, my dear aching, paining heart. If you can do that, I will give you your due credit. So, the question remains, there is no rest for the broken-hearted. So, that takes care of ना मारा जान कर बेजुर्म गाफिल तेरी गर्दन पर, रहा manind-e-Khuun-e-be-Gunaah हक आशनाई का. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If yes, let us know via your comments. If you have any thoughts on the episode, do share it with us. As always, we make special effort to let you know how much we appreciate your comments and feedback. Okay, now, as always, for the new viewers, a very strong recommendation. Please access the episode Introduction to DGMC. I say that only because that episode will give you a good insight into the motivation, the inspiration behind this podcast. What are we trying to do here every week? Whenever you have time, go visit the home page of the channel. It has lot of playlists segregated by topics, also dedicated playlists for ghazals. Surf through them and pick the episodes that interest you. Now, I'm going to end this episode by sending a lot of love and light to all you dear viewers, and thanks for watching.